Hello, my name is Naomi. Welcome to Excelling with Naomi. In this tutorial, I want to show you how you test for normality of your data set using the Jarque Bera test. And my data set is here, and I want to regress the log of GDP as the dependent variable against the log of domestic debt and the log of external debt as the predictor variables. Now there are two ways in which you can test for normality using the Jarque Bera test. And the first one, where we use the command skTest, is used to test the normality of each of the variables independently. And to do so, we usually write the command skTest, and then we select the variable that we want to test the normality for. So first of all, we are going to test the normality for the log of DD, or domestic debt. So we select the log of DD and then we press enter. Now, to check if there is normality or if the data is normally distributed, check the chi-square p-value, and if the p-value is greater than 0.01, then we conclude that the data for the variable is normally distributed. But if the chi-square value or the p-value for the chi-square is less than 0.01, then we conclude that the data is not normally distributed. Now, for our case, we have found that the p-value for the chi-square is 0.2840. And since 0.2840 is greater than 0.01, then we conclude that the data for the variable log of domestic debt is normally distributed. Now we can use the same command to test the normality for the other variables that we are interested in. So we write skTest, and now we select the log of external debt and then we press enter. Now the p-value here is 0.1126, which is greater than 0.01. Therefore, we conclude that the data for the log of external debt is normally distributed. Going further, we can test the normality for the variable log of GDP. So we write skTest, then we select the log of GDP and press enter. Now in this case, we found that the p-value for the chi-square test is 0.005, and this is less than 0.01. Therefore, we say that the normality or the log of GDP is not normally distributed. So that is how you test the normality. That is the first way in which you can test the normality for your data set using the Jarque Bera test. In this case, we have tested the normality for each of the variables that we are interested in independently. Now the other way in which you can test the normality using the Jarque Bera test is, first of all, run the regression analysis. So regress, that is our dependent variable, then the predictor variables, and then we press enter. Now after running the regression analysis, we are supposed to predict the residual. So we use the command predict, then we give the name resid for our variable, the new variable that we are predicting, and then residuals, then press enter. Now we have predicted the residuals. You can browse and check. So this is the new variables that we have generated. And then after that, we use the command jb resid, the name for the new variable that we have generated. Then press enter. Now we check the chi-square p-value, which is 0.7224, and 0.7224, if we check the p-value and we find that it is greater than 0.05, then we conclude that our data set is normally distributed. But if it is less than 0.05, then we say that the data is not normally distributed. For our case, our value is 0.7224, and since it is greater than 0.05, then we say that our data set is normally distributed. Now those are the two ways in which you can test for normality using the Jarque Bera test. I hope you find this video to be useful, and if it is so, please like the video, share it with your friends, and also subscribe to this channel. Thank you.